Namaste, angels. This will be our weekly general reading for the period of Sunday, July 29th through Saturday, August 4th. There is nothing on the Christian calendar I'm going to go over this week. Nothing on the Islamic calendar I'm going to go over this week. Nothing on the Hebrew calendar I'm going to go over this week. On the 6th, and nothing in the celestial system that I'm going to go over this week. On the 6th, both in the celestial system and in the Christian calendar, there will be celebrations. For the Christian calendar is the feast day of the Transfiguration of our Lord, which is a celebration of an event written and said to have occurred involving Jesus being surrounded by light, white light, while on a mountain, and then joined by Elijah and Moses for, conversation. The apostles are said to have seen him in the distance talking to Elijah and Moses. So that's the feast of the Transfiguration. We'll go over it a little bit more in detail next week. Also on the 6th, in the celestial system, Venus enters Libra, and there still won't be anything on the Hebrew calendar or the Islamic calendar that I can think of that I'm going to talk about next week. So those two events should be it. So for today, for this week, we can just go straight to the dice, beginning with, it's 50-50. Weekend away. And party. Small announcement also. I posted on my Facebook yesterday and I posted on YouTube, but it doesn't seem like you guys have watched. If I don't do a reading, you don't want to watch me. If I announce that I'm talking about something else other than a reading, you don't want to watch me. Well, I posted that I'm having a 5,000 subscriber celebration and giveaway. And in celebration of the 5,000 subscribers that I have, and thank you, new and old, I will be giving away 5 prizes to 5 lucky winners who enter a live streamed YouTube drawing to be held on August 31st by sharing one of my videos from one of my pages, either on Facebook or Twitter, and tagging 2 like-minded friends, in their post, and tagging me or adding me so that I can see it and I know. And if you post one, you share something and I don't like it or comment or reply in any way, then please hit me up and let me know that you did it, because for whatever reason I didn't receive a notification or something. All right, so let's see what the dice say. Email, which could be connected to the energy of Aquarius or Mercury. Mercury, the communication planet, retrograde in Leo now, as of yesterday, the 26th. Stay in bed and buy shoes, maybe for your weekend away. Going to the cards, I'm beginning with the 2 of Spring in my Animal Tarot. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner for your endeavors or to expand the number of people in general who are helping you. The 2 of Spring is about, it's like, well, with ones, right, we manifest. So when we make it up to 2, what I mean by we manifest is like thoughts and words when we speak into the universe. We're coming up with ideas. And then when we get to 2, they're sort of beginning to come to form, at least in our minds, if not in a more tangible sense. And then we have to have faith that they will. And then in 3, we really start to see them begin to materialize. And then by 4, we have a solid foundation for whatever it is we plan. So we're at the 2 stage. That's in the general sense what the 2 of Spring means. As it relates to love, partnership. 2s are about partnership in general. Wands are cards of movement and action. So movement and action in the area of love. And as far as divine unions and twin flames, the 2 of Spring is the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. And today's soulmate day. Well, it's not anymore. Now it's 12:05. 12:05 a.m. on the 28th now. When I started this reading, it was the 27th. the last couple minutes of soulmate day and the day of the full moon in Aquarius. All right, so coming to the Queen of Spring, talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. I was just talking about that. And she is one half of this Two of Spring as it relates to romantic couples, right? You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. The Queen of Spring is a Leo, perhaps, right? The Sun currently in Leo. Mercury, again, currently retrograde in Leo. Could be Mars, located in Aquarius, where our full moon is. Retrograde in Aquarius, the red planet. Could be Jupiter. Right, Jupiter. Or it could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes with a lot of fire in their chart. Queen of Spring and the King of Summer, who's warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Summer is a Scorpio, and I started to say that when I was talking about Mars and Jupiter, that he might be a Scorpio, even though this was a fire. Mars is a ruler of Scorpio, and Jupiter is connected to the energy of Scorpio for, well, all the fixed signs as well, and is currently located in Scorpio in shadow, right? Jupiter went direct about 2 weeks ago, had been in retrograde also. So this could be a Scorpio in your life, impactful upon your life this week. A Cancer, a Pisces, Neptune, ruler of Pisces, currently retrograde as well in Pisces. Or someone likened to these traits or attributes. Oh, you know what's going to be exciting? So I've been going on and on about 8/11. The next Hebrew celebration that we're going to talk about will be the beginning of the month of Elul. So following up on today's soulmate day, the month of Elul basically translates to I am my beloved and my beloved is me. So we're really just entering this period of heart space and love and deeper, deeper, deeper feeling and awakening. I'm so excited. I don't know why I thought about it now. It's kind of random. So, but you guys know me by now that I can be all over the place. Anyway, opening to the Princess of Summer, who's sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. The Princess of Summer, or the Page of Cups, like the King, is also a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. If I had to pick one, I would say it was a Pisces. But this can also be connected to someone's child or something too. It's the general reading. Opening to the Queen of Autumn, who's thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be focused only upon the positive in every situation or person. The Queen of Autumn is a Virgo, perhaps where Venus is currently located, a Capricorn where both Pluto and Saturn are currently retrograde, or a Taurus ruled by Venus. And where Uranus is. Queen of Spring, one more. It is life experience, or the Tower. Important changes are coming in your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. The Tower represents the sign of Scorpio for me. And I know a lot of readers, tarot readers, will be like, it's the Tower, it's the worst thing possible. For me, it's not. It can go either way, and it's often just about like a revelation, like a huge aha moment that changes your life for whatever reason. Like it's good, bad, or indifferent. You know, you could be coming into, oh, I've been doing things this way all this time, and I just saw I need to be doing them that way, and then you change your life. That's like the energy of the Tower, like sudden change, sudden movement in a situation where you could get like sort of knocked up, you know, swept off your feet or shaken up. Gonna have to do with an actual tower, a business, a home, some sort of building, a structure. I don't feel anything negative from it, especially opposite the Queen of Spring. I think it's about, you know, suddenly tackling your passions. And maybe that's being brought on by, you know, all that's going on in the celestial system and everything right now too, particularly today. Life experience and the wheel. I had said I wasn't going to do anymore, but maybe I was meant to show you that it is really positive energy that I was feeling. And, you know, here it is. The wheel represents the planet Jupiter for me, ruler of Sagittarius. Again, Jupiter, where Scorpio is currently located, but also connected to the energy of Scorpio as a fixed sign, as well as Leo, where the sun is, where Mercury is. Aquarius, where Mars is, where our full moon is today. And Taurus. Tower. It's the 5 of Winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. This can be about conflict. The 5 of Winter tends to be, for me, not only conflict, though. It's like conflict in which we ourselves had a hand. We brought it upon ourselves, whether it was inadvertent or on purpose, malicious or accidental or whatever the hell. Like, we did it. We said something. We did something that set some sort of wheels in motion that brought about, you know, they brought some bullshit to our door, basically. That's how I like to put it. This is avoidable. For the most part, it tends to be like we're presented with some kind of choice when the conflict occurs and how we're going to respond. So that part is up to you. Overall energy is Major Arcana card number 19, the Sun, which also represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. But the star in the sky over planet Earth, the Earth's sun, does rule the sign of Leo, again, where the sun currently is. Your plans will work out, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. So this is about things coming to light, right? The sun shows up and illuminates things. We're able to see better what's going on. Sun brings clarity. Also, as it relates to health, very positive. Even those of us going through things like radiation, chemo, MRIs, CAT scans, X-rays, those things going well. Somebody's child, maybe perhaps getting injured, that working out fine, you know, flesh wound, scratch. Just in general, things just, you know, turning out as best as they possibly can in a given situation. Major Arcana card Death was also sticking up. I just slammed it down right before I showed you guys, so I figured I should mention that as well. Death represents the sign of Scorpio yet again. So far a lot of Scorpio popping up. Likely in connection to Jupiter. Oh, did I tell you guys the prizes? I didn't tell you the prizes. I don't think I did for the giveaway. So I'm giving away an hour-long reading, a half-hour-long reading, a Divine Light Cleanse, energy healing, a month worth of links to my Patreon daily readings. So you'll get like 30, 31 or whatever. Not really, because I don't do them on the weekend, but you'll get, I guess it's 5 per week for a month. And Oh, a custom avatar drawn by the animator, the artist Clyburn. You can check her out, her work, and see what's up with that at KLIBRN on Twitter and IG. And she also goes by that name on Facebook as well. All right. Crowning the masculine this week. The 6th of winter. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace happier times ahead. 6 of winter is a card of movement, can be a card of travel, maybe connected to the dice and weekend away. Masculine surrounded by the 7 of autumn. The planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. So this is about the fact that if we plant seeds, then we should expect them to grow. And we can't get into that place where we start to panic and worry, you know, as if they're not going to. It's elementary that when you put seeds in the ground, you cover them with dirt, you pour water on them, they grow. That's how that works. But here's the worry in the masculine subconscious nonetheless. See, I felt it. I felt it coming. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. Stop worrying. Let go of fear, and everything will be okay. Yes, we especially don't have to worry about things that, you know, like I said, are elementary, and they just work a certain way. Crowning the feminine. Major Arcana card 12, Awakening, which is the Hangman in the tarot, and for me represents the planet Neptune in the sign of Pisces, which it rules, because it's all about that, you know, dreamy state and, you know, trying to figure something out, but you're kind of foggy and unclear and in limbo, and, you know, perhaps it's like an air of suspension. But it's an opportunity also, if we look at it from a positive perspective, it's an opportunity to be honest with ourselves about, you know, what we want, and look at the varied possibilities, the pros and cons, and like really weigh something. Look at things in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon get moving again. So you take that opportunity when things are halted, because when the clock starts ticking again, then you'll be ready, you know, with your whatever action or response you're going to give. The feminine is surrounded this week by the 2 of autumn. This is not one of my favorites either. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life, and to bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. This can be about us just doing too much, and too much work and not enough social time or time to ourselves, or nurturing of ourselves, making sure that we're taking care and, you know, getting different treatments or treating ourselves and stopping to take a bath, maybe like an actual bath instead of a shower, or to paint our nails or have our nails painted, or, you know, things that take care of us. We're not doing enough of. This can also be connected to actual need for balance, or maybe chemical or emotional imbalance, and the need to like return to Zen. Perhaps we need some meditation or something like that too. For me, also connected as far as the relationships, deja vu from hell. Like we keep coming back to the same place over and over and over again. And like, when is that going to stop? It's like the definition of insanity. 2 of autumn can also have to do with a decision that has to be made, often connected to the earthly. Like, so maybe things having to do with work or school, day-to-day life. In the feminine subconscious, the 8 of spring, you've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. So it can be connected to this, and this would be an 8-11, by the way. 2 equals 11. There's an 8 here. Can be connected to this, all these things at once, or more than one job, or you're working a lot of hours, or you just got a lot of stuff to deal with all at one time, and maybe trying to juggle something, juggle more than one relationship, juggle more than one circumstance. and your budget and all these sort of things, and it's sort of driving you crazy. But the universe is saying that they're supporting you and you'll be able to do it. The Eight of Spring is also about communication. You may be thinking about wanting to make some sort of communication, reach out to someone, or thinking about how to respond to somebody who has reached out to you. Crowning the union of the two, it's the Queen of Winter. Experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny is the Queen of Winter. She's also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, where our moon is today again. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. So I said this can be connected to the earthly. It may have to do with like literally decluttering your home, and, you know, spring cleaning or summer cleaning, or that sort of thing, getting organized. For the masculine, I feel like he's cutting stuff away, and that's why things are getting better for him. But some of the stuff is taking time, and he might be like losing his patience, and maybe because he's operating under the energy of an air sign, and we're very what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive and fidgety and anxious and not very patient. Here's the anxiety here with the Nine of Winter. At the root, the Prince of Spring, passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. The Prince of Spring is also a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or perhaps a Scorpio, or even the energy of Mars, Jupiter, or I guess those two. Mercury, perhaps, again, located in Leo as well. Prince of Spring, it's a card of movement also. All the Wands cards pretty much are. They're, you know, movement, action. But it tends to be somebody or something, like that's why I mentioned the planets too. A larger energy than yourself or another person, you know, helping to facilitate this someone. It's like, you know, Prince Charming there to save the day. Coming in. For the masculine here that's worried and impatient, he'll be happy to see the energy of the Prince of Spring show up in his life, because like it'll be like things are going on kind of slowly, and again that's why he's getting impatient and getting anxious, and then all of a sudden, this is sudden, boom, sort of like the energy of the wheel, which again is connected to Jupiter, so it could easily be that. And the Eight of Spring, an indication that things are going on behind the scenes, that like at a karmic level, that would be also like the universe doing things for you behind the scenes, that you don't know is coming. So then all of a sudden this comes abruptly. The heart of the matter. Speaking of all that and something coming very suddenly, again, it is the Tower, which comes in super fast and unexpectedly. Important changes are coming to your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. Major Arcana card 16, the Tower, again for me represents the sign of Scorpio. It's connected to the energy of Scorpio. Death and rebirth. And, you know, abrupt, again, beginnings. I'm going to further clarify these with the Angel Tarot. Beginning with the Nine of Earth, enjoying life's little luxury, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. Opening to the Four of Fire, the Four of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. Four of Fire, very nice. The Six of Fire, victory, good news, it's on its way. Public recognition or awards, perhaps for completing whatever this project was, or this phase was. You're being recognized. So even if it's not like public recognition in terms of people, other people giving you accolades. It can be like elevation in your life, promotion in your life that, again, the universe grants you. We got to be like conscious about recognizing where we're being blessed. And then, you know, of course, being thankful for it. Opening to the King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. The King of Fire is also a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or Jupiter, Mars, or Mercury. Or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Ooh, the Three of Air. Wasn't expecting that. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. Somebody's joy, happiness, not so much this week. Somebody's at some sort of loss. Could be involving their home. Maybe you're moving and you're sad about that. Perhaps you wanted to sell your home and that wasn't successful. You wanted to purchase a new home. That wasn't successful. Like you didn't get they didn't choose your offer. This can be about a breakup too. A relationship, or even two friends that are no longer speaking or have some sort of falling out. Maybe connected to the Queen of Winter and the Tower, because we have this air and fire. And here we have the crowning with the air rooted in the fire. And we've got like the death in the middle that I talked about. Four of Fire and another Two of Autumn. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. And that Two of Earth. I'm going to go ahead and cut. And it's another Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous is the Page of Fire. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. The Page of Fire is a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or perhaps a Scorpio, or again, Mercury, Mars, or Jupiter, that energy coming through. It can easily be an actual person though, so I want to make you aware of that. And anybody, of course, can take on the energy. Somebody could be likened to those traits or attributes. But with a court card, it can actually, often it is an actual person impactful upon you at that time, or your own energy. And it's the Ace of Air. It's about a card of victory. Also about truth coming out, and maybe about cutting someone or something off or out of our lives, like the Queen. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of the situation and a challenging beginning. Because with the Ace of Air, yes, it's a new beginning. All aces are about new beginnings, but it's one that was difficult getting to. Like the road to, this new beginning was rough, and it may still be for a little while. Like we might be off to a rocky start, as they say. Atop the Six of Winter, it is Unity, Major Arcana card 5, Unity, which is the High Priest or the Hierophant, which represents the sign of Taurus. traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. The Hierophant can also be about a home and maybe a purchase or sale, some sort of contract, any sort of legal contract or situation, important papers and documents that we're having to sign. For the masculine, it's positive because it's top the 6 of winter. So something that was maybe a struggle in this area is getting better. As it relates to people, like-minded friends, it's sitting here next to the Queen of Winter. He could have, recently made some adjustments in his life. I got to add this friend back. I got to cut this friend off, because we no longer vibe on the same frequency and it's just not working out. But, things are going to get better when I make these adjustments in my life. Also, it can be about breaking with tradition. And maybe that's what's making things better for you because you're like living your life by your own rules. Sometimes when we get the energy of the Hierophant, although everybody loves the card because it can be about commitment and marriage and all kinds of wonderful things like that too. Another aspect of it, and I don't want to say a dark aspect of it or a negative aspect of it, but it's just, not a lovey-dovey one like the others maybe, is that we can be stuck in like rules and tradition and doing things, the way we were taught, maybe with a certain belief system and ideology, and that doesn't align with our vibration either, our frequency. So we got to break with that if we're going to really be, living our truth. And so the masculine may have finally made a move like that. Again, with this energy of the Queen of Swords that sits under here, made some sort of adjustment in his life, broke free of a restriction. Queen of Swords also could be an Aquarius or represent the energy of Aquarius, all about freedom and humanitarianism and like larger scale things, not just thinking about, oneself necessarily, saving the world kind of stuff and being free. And the masculine could have made some moves like that in his life that are, about more than just him. And, again, cut some people off or added some people back or cut some practices and belief systems out too that were restricting him. So now he can move. Now he's able to move freely about the cabin, as they say. Atop the 7 of Autumn, which is the 7 of Earth or Pentacles, all about the need to experience some patience. Knight of Water, who's emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. And he too is a Scorpio, perhaps. Scorpio, that tower sitting there, connected to Scorpio for me. Or he is perhaps a Pisces or a Cancer, or it could be any, zodiac sign. Those traits or attributes this week. All about making some sort of proposal, right? Falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. Now, the Knight of Water sitting underneath the Hierophant can definitely be about a wedding proposal or proposing some sort of commitment, or proposing some sort of allegiance. And if it's something else, if it does have to do with like signing a contract or maybe going to school or whatever, because higher institutions are all connected to the energy of the Hierophant, whatever it is, it's something that's going to, bring some sort of emotional fulfillment and joy if it's not connected to a relationship. Atop the 9 of Air, and that anxiety and worry and inability to sleep, the insomnia, is the 7 of Air, which is a card for me about like the energy of joy stealing is what it represents. And we can sometimes steal our own joy by being too much stuck in our head, over analyzing, overthinking, being anxious, being nervous, worrying, not giving our worries and cares to the universe. And then we steal our own joy, in effect, by doing all of that. Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. If he's thinking about proposing or proposing something to someone, that could be why he's worried too. He might be lacking confidence here and still thereby stealing his own joy by panicking. So masculine, if you find yourself in the position of wanting to propose something, then think back on the reading and remember the other cards and how positive they were. The Sun, our overall energy. The Ace of Air, our overall energy. Ace of Air, again, about victory. The Sun, about making everything better, illuminating things, shining your light and shining a light upon you. And that may help you to let go of this energy here. A top Major Arcana card, Awakening, or the Hangman for the feminine, is Major Arcana card Justice for the feminine. Number 8. 8/12 is the date of that next Jewish holiday that I was talking about. Well, not Jewish holiday. The first day of the month of Elul. It's 8/12 officially. And again, that is the holiday that translates to I am my beloved and my beloved is me. And so maybe we need to consider that. If that's a decision, if we're making a decision about our mate, we may want to consider that perspective and that point of view too. I am my beloved and my beloved is me. Other than that, the Major Arcana card Justice represents the planet Venus and the sign of Libra, which she rules. It in itself is an 8/11. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. This can have something to do with actual legality, perhaps. It may be connected to someone that has both Libra and Pisces in their chart, or maybe two separate people, a Libra and a Pisces, something going on between them, affecting the feminine. But for the most part, I think it's about considering the pros and cons about something and trying to determine how you're going to respond or react to a situation and the decision you're going to make. It's about you doing the right thing. Atop the Two of Autumn and potential imbalance, emotional imbalance, hormonal imbalance, just not feeling yourself or feeling well, or trying to juggle tons of things, is the Ace of Water, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. So for some of us, this is connected to relationship. And it can be that somebody came back and you're deciding, like, again, because it's that deja vu from hell. Again, he keeps coming back and then we try again and then we fail again. So you avoid that, like that negative aspect of we fail again before doing this and considering the pros and cons. Ace of Water can often be about reconciliations between friends and romantic connections, new relationships, meeting someone new, and maybe you got to decide, do I go for it or not? Whatever this represents in one's life, it too brings extreme, emotional fulfillment and joy, and it's a very blessed new beginning without the difficult start that comes with the Ace of Air. Since that is our overall energy, and we do have air and water here too, with again Libra and Pisces, this can also be having something to do with a relationship, specifically with an air sign and a water sign. There's a lot of air and water here. Atop the Eight of Spring, all about communication and movement behind the scenes. The Six of Water, which is a soulmate card. Six of Water sitting underneath the Ace of Water. Could definitely, again, be about a relationship, and maybe one that has come back, perhaps because of retrograde, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. This can also have to do with children. This is the general reading, so I can't stick to relationship, although that's what I feel the strongest, like having to decide about a relationship that has returned or a new one But because of like some of the things that you've been through in your past and stuff, like you're a little hesitant to try this new one out. And that's what you got to like look at all the different sides. Crowning atop the Queen of Winter, the Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Six of Earth for me is a card of unconditional love. Like whatever it's about and whoever it's between, it's unconditional love. It can be between a stranger. You could give, a homeless person on the street $1, and you're not looking for them to give you the $1 back. And they're accepting it and they're saying thank you, and they're not giving you anything else. And they're not looking to. So it's a person giving and a person receiving without agenda of anything else. And that's unconditional love. So from that level all the way to our relationships, our romantic relationships, and being able to give and receive and have love pass both ways, which I think this could definitely mean here with the Two of Autumn. It's the two-way street that needs balance, love passing both ways. Also, we have the Six of Earth represents the planet Venus for me, particularly in this deck, because I see all of her signs in this card. Here, the scales of justice, next to which this sits. Justice. And here's all the green, all the earth from Taurus, also next to which it sits. And then here in the background, you got all this crazy air that looks like it's going every which way. Gemini. Venus also currently located in Virgo, so that can bring in the earth energy as well. And I think this is, again, about a relationship for a lot of us. Now, maybe not necessarily romantic, but some sort of relationship about which we have to make a decision. And that could be how we get swept off our feet, too. The Knight of Water, for example, comes in unexpectedly with some sort of proposal and an offer of love, but it needs to be a two-way street. It needs to go back both ways. We got to make a decision. Could definitely be with a soulmate, with somebody from our past. And so that's why the Tower, because we weren't expecting that. We weren't expecting this person to call or show up or anything. We didn't think we'd see them again. Very possibly a Taurus, an air sign, maybe most specifically Libra, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. At the root, atop the Prince of Spring, it's the Star. Major Arcana card, the Star, number 17. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. This is about prayers being answered, dreams coming true, wishes being granted. So rather than being nervous, again, masculine really needs to be positive to manifest this very healing energy and blessing. And these two cards together totally represent Mars in Aquarius. Right, Mars retrograde in Aquarius, and again, where the full moon is today. And here's the big moon here, right here, on this card. So this is about what that energy brings, what the full moon and the lunar eclipse and Mars retrograde in general is bringing to us. A whole bunch of emotions, love and emotion. But at least for the masculine, again, not just positive emotions. We have these negative emotions too. We have fear. We have ego. We have pride. We have low self-esteem. We have lack of confidence coming out of the masculine. So we're going to work on that. Be mindful of that and avoid it. Especially when we consider everything else that's here and how, beautiful the energy is. At the heart of the matter, atop the Tower, it's the Queen of Earth, who is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. The Queen of Earth is a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And again, can be Venus herself, ruler of Taurus, currently located in Virgo. This can also have to do with somebody coming in to help to facilitate some sort of abundance, and maybe financial abundance, but it can be love too. Somebody helping you to do this. This could be the money coming in for the masculine to make an actual literal proposal, like as in of marriage. This could be why he was worried. There wasn't going to be, he didn't know if he was going to have the money for the ring. He had to be patient for these earnings to come in. Why don't I have the money yet? I need to make the purchase. And here it is. And here it is. And so here we can have the higher institution. Here's the proposal. For the feminine, same thing. Do I want to say yes? I got a lot of things to think about. I got to think of all the different things. Or do I? Do I really need to revisit all that stuff and think of all that stuff in the earthly? Or do I want to look to my heart? Do I want to consider that I am my beloved and my beloved is me? Do I want to think back on times of the past and that this is a soulmate, and that all the times when they weren't there, that I was waiting for them to come back and wanting them to come back, and now they're here, and I might not make a decision to go for it, to exchange love back and forth, unconditional love that passes both ways, that I won't both give and receive. And at the end of the day, this is what I wanted. This is what they wanted. It's here at the root for both. All that stuff that you've been praying for, wishing for, coming now with the energy, or a lot of it, as you can see here, coming now with the energy of the full moon in Aquarius. Also, yesterday now, the 27th, for the first time in 35,000 years, they said. 35,000, of course, equals another 8. I don't know how they measure this, but this is what I read in the paper. First time in 35,000 years, Mars was going to appear to be the same size as that full moon in the sky. I didn't see Mars from here, where I am, but some of you guys may have seen it. So again, that's another 8 too. Further advice for this week from both the Angel Tarot and the Animal Tarot. And then what might we each surrender this week, beginning with surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it when you can't change a situation. Compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. And surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Surrender to prayer. And lastly, surrender to receiving support and love. Giving and receiving. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. Here you are trying to juggle. This is specifically for us, the feminine, I believe. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you, which is what the Queen of Earth is good for, that nurturing, compassion. Surrender to prayer. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help you to resolve the issue more quickly. So this is like what I was talking about with the 5 of air, and it being up to us how we respond. You can contribute to the drama, or you can get rid of it by remaining calm and not contributing. And the overall energy is surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you to communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. And that's again what I was feeling here. The need to be more yielding. Somebody could be awaiting a decision too. Like when they receive it, that'll be good news. Maybe about a legal matter. This could be representative of a legal matter also. Again, the scales of justice here too. Maybe involving some sort of settlement. And lastly, from my Egyptian Sibylla cards, basically, beginning with the 8 of Hearts, which is about movement in the area of love too, similar to the 8 of Fire. And opening to the King of Diamonds. He is waiting for his ships to come in. He's like a wealthy importer. And he's more of a businessman. This is like the King of Pentacles, kind of. Whoop. The 4 of Spades. The 4 of Spades, you can see all of these people working on this gentleman, trying to heal him. And it's about like rest and recovery, similar to in the tarot, the 4 of Air. Recovering from illness or work, restoration. After the cutting, I'm back to the 8 of Hearts where I started. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, ooh, it's that 3 of Air, which again, I think there's possibly cutting off of some people, places or things in your life to make room for new. And that can bring, you know, both joy and sadness to us. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. And it is okay to mourn, you know, what it is you're leaving behind. That's, you know, perfectly normal. For the feminine, the King of Air. Brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, like all this other air energy we already have on the table. Or again, perhaps the planet Venus or Mercury himself. And may be connected to what I said could be a legal matter. The King of Air is often like a lawyer or a judge or some sort of professional, a realtor, about something again involving a home, a structure with the tower. It could be a physical tower. 3 of Air also could be past hurt and why the masculine is nervous about making a proposal. Like, why would somebody that I hurt or a situation where there was loss or pain, why would a proposal be welcome under those circumstances? That could be, you know, the nervous energy there. From the Animal Tarot to the masculine, it's another 4 of winter. So I just saw one in the Egyptian cards. I said this is like a recovery and restoration. That's what this is too. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers you seek. This can also be about planning like a vacation. 6 of Air can be about vacation. This can be about planning one. And just like getting, you know, your energy back, taking a breather, recovery, or the need to make a decision. For the feminine from the Animal Tarot, the Ace of Spring, very nice. 3 aces on the table. We had already air and water. Now the Ace of Wands. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise. Remember, totally unexpectedly. Or the Knight of Wands, totally unexpectedly, but in answer to our prayers. You'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. Told you, you're going to want to consider these things here. Like really weigh your options. Don't just say no. Both of these could actually tie in with these and this, and a mother and perhaps specifically a son getting a new place. Like I said, a tower can represent a home, you know, a structure, a building. This can be represent an asset, the Queen of Earth, and like of their dreams, they've been praying for a place to live. The universe was working in the background. The mother juggling maybe more than one job, or, you know, just all her irons on the fire trying to make something happen. It can come about like that. Perhaps she won it in the divorce or something. She got a place, you know, but it's like unexpected somewhat. Which also leads me to see what the masculine is proposing in some cases could be that too, like cohabitation. This is another indication again that the pain is in the past, and even he is recovering from it. You know, he's moved beyond it to the next energy, the 4 of Winter. But that would again explain why he's a little nervous here, or a lot of nervous here. All right, I got distracted by that Ace of Spring. Back to the masculine. What is he guided to surrender this week? And that could easily be what this is. I didn't let you guys see what the card says yet. One sec. Surrender your fear of change. And that can easily be what this is about. Like letting something old go and moving on to the future. As well as what this is about. And holding himself back because he's worried, lacks confidence, is in fear, ego, as I said before. And this would be the change. 5s represent change, but this is definitely a positive change, but sometimes we're still afraid to move on, even though it's something good. You know? I talked about last week, I think, like staying in miserable relationships just because we're used to that one. That's a similar sort of thing this week. The universe is reminding you that you're cared for always, whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And so again, we have right next to this fear, we have the energy of prayer and prayer being answered. For the feminine, what can we surrender this week, or should we? Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you to bring clarity or even to solve the problem. And that can be what we're doing here. You know, this is like the emotional imbalance, or even like I said, the hormonal imbalance because of too much of us trying to do too much, period. But I am really feeling this could be a new place, a new home, a new apartment or whatever. Like this represents the asset. The Ace of Water could easily be a new home. It says it right here, even on the card. I talked about it being connected to the earthly. So that's the case for some. For others, there is, like I said, a relationship situation. And the Six of Water, rather than representing a child, is representative of a soulmate relationship. From the Egyptian Sibylla cards. Very nice. To the masculine, the Jack of Hearts. I will read this one for you. But if you look at it, I'm sure you can figure out what this is about. The young boy in love. And it's kind of like another Prince of Spring. Knight of Wands, right? Jack of Hearts. Or of water, really. Actually, hearts represent cups of water. It's another one of these. For the feminine, the Seven of Hearts. And it looks like a desire to communicate. A scribe writing something out, a letter, a note, maybe to a soulmate. Like this could be the Eight of Spring, wanting to make communication with somebody. It is involving love and emotion, because this is also the Suit of Hearts. And sitting next to the star also representative of communication, as can be the Queen of Winter, or air in general. So this too I will read for the feminine from this book. Everybody see that? Let's turn the light. Hope that's better. Jack of Hearts, the lover, musician in love, a partner or a husband or a close relative. He is a sincere friend. So this may be somebody who comes into your life this week. Knight of Water style. He's genuine. He's sincere. His intentions do not involve harming you intentionally. So if there is any pain or hurt, it was not malicious. Surrendering oneself to love is not a choice, but practically a duty for those who desire happiness. So like I talked about it over here, the masculine perhaps stealing his own joy, rather than, be feeling up for this, taking a leap at love. If you want happiness, you have to, let go of this and go for it, basically. Without clarity of feelings, so being honest, there will be passion, but also ambiguous and possibly unreciprocated seduction. So if you don't speak up and, be honest about your feelings, the other person doesn't know basically how the hell you feel, is what this is saying. Further advice about this from this card. Look for a friend who loves you or who will accompany you on this adventure that is life. Friendship is the presumption that you may find well before falling in love, and could give rise to strong plants with strong roots. And as I was reading that, I paused because I realized what was here. Strong plants with strong roots. The Seven of Autumn is all about planting seeds, and it's sitting here under this Knight of Water. And again, this is another Knight of Water. So I'll read that line again. Friendship is the presumption that you may find well before falling in love, and could give rise to a strong plant with strong roots. So some of you may have a friendship that needs to come out of the friend zone. It's, you know, and possibly grow into something else, or at least be open to it, to giving and receiving love without pretense or agenda, or, you know, setting up some sort of boundary unnecessarily. For the feminine, the 7 of Hearts. Scholar, a scribe, inspired by the god Thought. Here he is. Thought is Mercury. Meeting with an intelligent, educated, and attentive person. The King of Air. Like I said, this could be a professional that is impactful upon you this week. A lawyer, a realtor, a judge. Okay. Someone, you know, to that nature. Or it could be a friend who is possibly a direct air sign and, you know, of these attributes and behaviors. All right. Meeting with an intelligent, educated, and attentive person. There's a possible clash with the cunning and calculations of someone that we don't know very well. So you might have some sort of situation that requires a diplomatic resolution. Cultural activities, exams, and the study of intricate ideas have a positive outcome or will be resolved as long as you face them without pessimism. No 5 of Cups this week. Understanding in relationships by being fair and looking at all the sides and perspectives can only be intellectual. Advice. Study well each situation that might materialize into a future project. Your studies should not be limited to rational or cultural things, but a careful analysis of emotions also. Try to become a student of yourself. Again, you're guided to look at all the possibilities. Hope that you guys have enjoyed this week's general reading. I was about to say love reading, all this all this love that popped up, all these cups cards and water, even in the advice. But I'll be back with that love in a moment. Namaste, angels. Oh, I promise I'm going to get better. I forgot again. If you enjoyed the video and, you know, you liked the video, please actually like the video. If you are not yet a subscriber, please do subscribe and hit the little bell so you make sure that you get the notifications too. I don't know why they make it so complicated. You got to go do 10,000 steps, but that's the way it is. And if you'd like a reading from me, feel free to contact me on any of my social media or email, queenofswordsthelightworker@gmail.com, on my website, queenofswordsthelightworker.com. Readings, energy healing, anything that I do, you can find me there. And what else? Oh, for the contest, again, if you'd like to enter the contest, please choose a video from any of my pages, my friends page on Facebook, my fan page on Facebook, my Twin Flame Journey page on Facebook, my Twitter page, Queen of Swords 99, any of those. Choose a video that's there. I always share the videos there. You take it, share it to wherever you're going to share it to, tag 2 friends and tag me. And that will be an entry. That's how I'll get your name and everything. And there'll be a live drawing, again, on August 31st, with the time later to be determined. Thanks, guys. Namaste, angels.